Welcome to Richmond, British Columbia. The Richmond Ravens are set to take on the North Shore Avalanche here this sunny Sunday afternoon or morning game. Ravens coming off of a tie against the Surrey Falcons on Friday, looking to put a W on the board today. Players making their way towards the center ice as Brett Babcock takes her net. The starting lineup is Sear, Miguel, McDonald, Amadei, and Hernandez. Goalkeeper's ready. Goalkeeper's ready. Puck is dropped. The Ravens try to bring it forward. It gets hit at some feet and now turns around in the neutral zone a couple of times before the Ravens put it over to the far wall. But one of the Avalanche is there. They put it in deep to the Ravens zone. The Ravens pick it up behind their net. They're going to bring it up the near side and get it out into the neutral zone. Battling for it is Miguel. She's going to fire it in and chase after it as it goes in behind the Avalanche net. Ravens interrupt the Avalanche as they come around with speed. McDonald over for Miguel. Miguel from behind the net. Now she puts it back to the wall and out to the corner. Stepping up on the play is Amadei. Gets past her and Sear has to pick it up. Sear comes in to the near side looking for an open wing. McDonald gets it deep and the Ravens go for a change. Cabana's the first one in there. Cabana loses her footing as she kicks the puck in behind the net. Now the Ravens putting pressure on the near side. Macy with a shot. That's right on. Saved by the goaltender. Now a shot from the far side. Put towards the net. Tip just wide. Now from behind the net, the Ravens have it. In a battle for it on down low. Centering pass goes off the back of the net though, and now the Ravens defender, David, steps up and puts it back deep. Blasquette from behind the net. She tries to put it into a scoring position. That's plays red by the by the Avalanche. Now Macy has it. Macy cutting from the point around behind the net. Now she's going to chop up. Macy with it on her stick. Passes it into the slot. Turn from the Cabana, but she can't get a clean shot away. She had her stick check. Now the Avalanche have it on the far wall, and they're going to chip it around the defender. Macy comes back to pick that up. Macy from her own zone looking for Blasquette. As Blasquette's wide open, she's going to dump it in and go for a change as the Ravens do a full-scale 5-player change. Ravens unable to hold it onside. Now Nishi with it. She tries to go up the wall. That's sealed off in front of the players' bench. And now coming out with it, the Ravens have it. They're going to come across the ice. Kay has it on her stick. Kay's going to carry it to the middle, and now a shot high over the net. It comes out the far side. Picked up by one of the Avalanche defenders, and the Ravens step in to try and put some pressure on those Avalanche. Ravens from the blue line, a shot hits a body, and now it bounces around the top of the circle. Now Tran, she puts it towards the net. Kay unable to handle that one as it goes high in the air. She got a stick on it to tip it, but that's about it as the play comes around to the near side. Avalanche out to the neutral zone. Amadei kicks it out of the air. Ravens put it back deep as they go for a change. Younger Tran in on a forecheck, and now on the near side, Kay goes to put pressure on. It comes up the wall. Stepping up is Amadei to seal the wall off. She gets some help from Kay. Kay puts it to the middle, but that's picked off by the Avalanche. Avalanche to the outside now into the Ravens zone, and a shot wide of the net as it comes around the near side. Ravens get a stick on that one and get it down into the Avalanche zone. Now the play gets reversed back into the Avalanche zone as they look to go across ice with it. McDonald puts it back into her own zone for a defender. Now the play continues as Hernandez overskates it. Avalanche with it on their stick, coming through the neutral zone. They cut to the middle and now dump it deep. Back after it is Amadei. She's going to pick it up behind her net. She's got some pressure on her as it goes to the wall. Blasquette unable to get a stick on that. Now a shot from the point. It's going to go wide of the net. Puck comes along the wall and out to the blue line. Ravens unable to get it out past the defender, though, as she puts it back deep. Ravens fired around the wall on the rim, and now they reverse the play as they're looking to open it up. Backhand off the wall looking for Blasquette. It just hits by her. Play goes back in. And now back to the blue line. From the blue line, oh sorry, that's McDonald with it. He comes back down low. Back off the wall, back to McDonald, gets through her, and now into the slot, backhanded towards the net. Babcock makes a save and holds on to that. We're going to stoppage and play with 10 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first period. Face off to the left side of Babcock. Hernandez out to take the face off for the Richmond Ravens. Puck is dropped, face off one. Chipped by the defender by the Ravens, and now we have a 2-on-1 going the other way. Ravens walking their way in, and a shot saved by the goaltender. Rebound goes into the wall or into the corner. Now the Ravens have it on the near side, battling for it. Hernandez over looking for Cabana. Cabana back to the blue line. The Ravens, Morin, she goes for a centering pass, and that plays read by the Avalanche, and they're going to carry it in and chip it down into the Raven zone. From behind the net, Sear has it. Sear with a couple of stick checks. She's going to get it out to the neutral zone, and now Hernandez gets it deep. Hernandez gives chase, and she's as the Avalanche players running behind their own net. And now Ravens with a quick stick. They're unable to handle it cleanly as it comes into the neutral zone. The Ravens turn it back from just inside their own zone. Hernandez with it on her stick. She's going to chip it in. No ice on the play as the Ravens go for a change. Cabana in after it. Puck in the corner, and the Ravens are going to come out with it. Ravens try to go back to the blue line. Now that's picked off there by the Avalanche, and now the Avalanche come out to the neutral zone. Macy tries to chip it back to her defender. Has to be quick, careful as she has pressure on her. Now Sear chips it forward. Play comes into the Avalanche zone. Avalanche looking for some open ice on the near side as Tran gives chase. Avalanche carried into the Ravens zone. It's in Tran's feet. Pulls it out at the last second, and now the play comes up the wall, sealed off though by the ref, and now back to the blue line. From the blue line, the play comes into the neutral zone. The Ravens off to the races there. That's Kay with some speed. She's got her head up and a shot just over the net. Play comes back to the blue line. Ravens unable to hold it. We got a 1-on-1 the other way. David with up against the Avalanche. Avalanche shoot it up over the net. Ravens now going back the other way as the ice opens up here. Macy with it. She gains center ice and fires it deep. Ravens on a change, and the Avalanche are going to carry it around to the far side. Ravens step in, and now off the bench, the Ravens get control of it. Back to Macy. She's going to put it back deep for Basquette. Basquette gives chase, but the play gets reversed, and the Avalanche have some open ice there. With a little bit of room, they carry it up the wall. It's going to get into Macy's skates. Macy back to her defensive partner, David. David with it under stick. She's going to go off the wall on the far side over for Basquette. Basquette can't handle that one plainly, and it comes back in now on the Miguel stick. Miguel fires it on net. That's saved by the goaltender. The play continues. It's a goal. Defense pick it up, and they carry it behind their own net. They're going to reverse the play back over into the corner. It goes back to the blue line. From the blue line, it fired off the wall, and now back onto the top of the circle as the Avalanche take over. Avalanche working their way through the neutral zone. They carry it to the near side, and now are stopped up. They get stopped up there by Hernandez. Hernandez carries it up the ice, through into the Avalanche zone, and now to the outside. She gets stick checked, gets the puck back though, and now she tries to hold it down low. Ravens step up, but the Avalanche with some moves come up the ice. Avalanche chip it on net. Babcock keeps the play alive. She fans on that one. It goes through the blue paint and out to the far side as she tried to pass it out. Now shot on net. Babcock makes that save as it comes over onto the near side. Avalanche with it on their stick. They put it towards the net. It hits the side of the net and goes in behind the net. Avalanche still have control of it as the Ravens battle for it down low. Behind their goal line, it comes to the half wall. The Ravens are going to hold it for a second or two, and now back to the blue line. From the blue line, the player steps up. She takes a shot. Babcock makes that save. She's going to hold on to that one with 6 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in the first period. We're still tied at 0. Hernandez takes the face off. It's one to the wall. Now Hernandez with a stick lift takes control of the puck. She's going to rim it around to the near side, looking for Cabana. It takes a funny hop off the back wall, and Cabana can't handle that one cleanly. It comes to Babcock, who gloves that down and holds on to it. We had a stoppage in play with 6:45 as the face-off comes to the left side of Babcock. Sorry, the right side of Babcock. Hernandez for the face-off. The face-off won by the Avalanche. Ravens step up though, and now there's a Cabana's off to the races. Cabana unable to get that one last step to get past the defender, and the Avalanche take over. Avalanche get it to as far as the top of the circles before the Ravens are able to get a stick on that. Ravens unable to get a shot off though as the Avalanche pick their pocket. Now Morin back after it. Morin with the player on her. Morin tries to reverse it, play red, and now it's a centering attempt. It ends up getting interrupted there by by Sear. Now a shot towards the net, stopped by the defender, and now from behind the net, the Avalanche get taken to the corner. Sear putting pressure on down low in the corner. She's getting some help from one of the Raven forwards. Puck comes back out. It's in the stick of the Ravens. They put it over to the far side and a chip onto the wall, but it gets sealed off as the Avalanche are putting pressure on down low. Now the Ravens able to get it out to as far as the blue line before it gets fired back into the Raven zone. Battle in the corner on the near side. Now a penalty coming up against the Ravens. Shot comes wide from the blue line as a delayed call. And now there's a penalty both ways, I think, as Sear makes her way to the box. Two minutes goes on the clock. Sear gets penalized, and the Ravens go to the penalty kill for the first time this game. Face-off 1-2 cleanly by the Avalanche, and they're going to have to go collect it in their own zone. And now the puck is turned over as the Ravens get control of it. Ravens with it in their stick now. McDonald tries to fire it deep. It ends up hitting its stick, and now on the defender's stick deep in their Avalanche zone. Chased back there by Tran. Tran chasing the player out now. It comes up the wall on the near side. McDonald with it. Tran with it. And now on the stick of Macy. Macy goes across ice and deep. Minute 30 remains in the penalty to the Ravens as Tran picks it up in the corner. Now she gets stripped of the puck, and the Avalanche have it as they skate up ice with it. Avalanche into the neutral zone. They come in 3-on-2. Avalanche to the outside on this power play unit. Now they stop up as it's set up. It comes back to the blue line. From the blue line, they walk into a shooting position. Save made by Babcock. And now the net comes off as Babcock comes across. And we get a stoppage in play with 4:32 remaining in the first period. A minute 5 remaining in the penalty to the Richmond Ravens. Miguel out for the face-off. Puck is dropped. Face-off won by the Avalanche, and then the air pass gets through the defender, and they have to come back and collect it in their own zone. A quick spin move there by the defender, and now the play continues into the neutral zone. The Ravens unable to turn it over, but they do slow down the attack. Avalanche stop up, and now they backhand it towards the net. Babcock keeps the play alive, leaving it behind her own net. And now the Avalanche go back up the wall on the near side, set up on this power play unit. The shot from the near side comes across behind the net. From behind the net, they reverse the play over to the near side. Now from behind the net, the Avalanche have it. They go over to the far side, back to the top of the circle. Shot wide of the net as it misses. And now from the top of the circles on this side, shot saved by Babcock. Sear gets on her stick, and she's going to fire at the length of the ice. Stopped by the goaltender as the penalty killing unit goes for a change. We got 11 seconds remaining on this penalty to the Richmond Ravens. Avalanche working their way up ice. They get into the Ravens zone and fire it deep. It goes off the end wall, and Ravens are doing their best to kill these last couple of seconds. Now we're 5-on-5. Play comes up the wall on the near side looking for Sear. Sear unable to handle it cleanly, but picked up there by McDonald. McDonald kicked it forward, but it ended up turning around at the blue line, and now we have a battle right in front of the glass here. Now play comes back down through the neutral zone, picked off by the Ravens, and now Avalanche get it back into the neutral zone. David over to pick it up. David looking cross ice. She passes it over for an open winger, and Sear puts it deep as she goes for a change. Play continues in behind the goal, goal for the Avalanche as the Ravens put it back to the blue line and then a shot towards the net. Ravens with it. Miguel puts it back low. And now the Ravens put pressure on behind the net. It gets turned back on the near side. Now from the near side, Avalanche put it up the wall. Macy puts it towards the net wide. David steps up. David holds the wall, seals the wall off, and now she has control of it. Now Miguel, her shot goes towards the net but hits the body. Play continues. Now a weak shot is Sear unable to get a clean one off there. And now Sear has it. She's going to come back to the blue line with it. Macy with it. Macy walking the blue line. Macy looking for a way to get it through. She gets it through and in the back of the net. As it goes to the top corner from the blue line. 2:02 remaining in the first, and the Ravens ahead 1-0. Trying out to take the face off for the Ravens. Face off won by the Avalanche. Avalanche winding through the neutral zone. They drop the play over to the near side, and offside is called against the Avalanche. As the Ravens put enough pressure on to cause an offside call. 1:50 remains in the first period. 1-0 is the score. Trying to take the face off. Face off won by Tran, but it gets into the feet of the linesman and now to Morin. Morin chips it up the wall and now it goes over to the far side. Sear has to collect it as it bounces over her stick. Sear with pressure on her. She tries to put it back to up the wall, but it ends up being on the stick of the youngest Tran. Tran, but the play gets read and put back deep into the Raven zone. Now Sear from the far side backhands it to the high slot. It's picked up there and now walking in with it. Now a short side shot. It goes in the back of the net as the Avalanche tie the game 1-1. Minute 19 remains in the first period as the Ravens give up a goal late in the first. Fernandez out to take the face-off. Puck drop, face-off won by, that's Miguel. Picked up now by the Avalanche. Avalanche drop it into the high slot. Picked up now by the captain, McDonald. McDonald with it. McDonald fans on her pass, but the play continues. Miguel trying to get a stick on that. Now it's fired towards McDonald. Hits a stick of the Avalanche, and the Avalanche turn to stop up. Now comes out to the high slot. Ravens, McDonald with it. She tries to shoot it. Hits a body in front. Now Miguel. She goes across ice for David. David tries to shoot it. It comes down to Miguel. Miguel with it from behind the net. She puts it back to the blue line. Ravens hold the blue line. Nishi with it. Nishi off the wall. Miguel. She's going to put it back deep. It comes all the way around to the near side. Amade steps up. Chip back deep. Gasquet and McDonald working down low. And now Hernandez. Back to the blue line. Shot towards the net. Saved by the goaltender. Hernandez from behind the net. She battles off two players. Puck comes back out front and the Avalanche have it. Their pass makes it through and now they're just going to dump it deep as Amade goes back to pick it up from behind her net with 4 seconds remaining in the period. Cabana with it on her stick. Cabana tries to pass it across, hits the body, and now the whistle goes. Shots on goal are 8-5 in favor of the Avalanche. Welcome back as we get set to start the second period. Babcock makes her way towards the net on the far end of the ice. Hernandez to take the face-off. Puck is dropped. Face-off won by the Avalanche. They go back D and now work their way through the neutral zone. That long lead pass goes off of Amadei and into the corner in the Raven zone. She's being watched and she puts it in behind the net. She comes up against a couple of white jerseys, but she gets some help there from Miguel. Miguel comes across ice and now the Ravens work their way into the zone. A shot right on, saved by the goaltender. And now the Ravens lose their footing and they go into the wall hard. McDonald up. She looks like she's going to be okay, though. She works her way back up ice. Now a pass coming up. Blocked there by the Avalanche defender as McDonald was off to the races if it had got through her. Now the play, download. Comes in behind the net. Stopped there by the Ravens. Sear turns it back the other way onto Hernandez's stick. Hernandez is going to shoot it down the ice, and I think that's going to be icing with 14:05 remaining in the first period. Face off deep in the zone beside her to the right side of Babcock. Won by the Avalanche and they go to the point. Shot right on, saved by Babcock who holds on to that one. Face off is going to be the right side of Babcock again. Sear to take the face off. Face off won by Sear. This time the Ravens put it behind the net. Picked up there by Macy who stops back, and now she tries to reverse it, loses a handle on it. Now the players come together behind the net. Puck shot from the point wide of the net. Now Cabana has a little bit of room. She's going to work her way off, and now she's got a partial break. She cuts in from the outside. Cabana with a shot, saved by the goaltender who holds on to that. Play stops. The face-off will come to the left side of the Avalanche goalie. Puck's dropped. Ravens win that. Macy from the blue line. She takes another shot. That's blocked. Kicked forward by the Ravens, and now they shoot it towards the net. A block again on the doorstep, picked up by the Avalanche, and they're going to clear it out to the wall. Now a penalty coming up. It's going to be hooking. It's going to be against the Richmond Ravens. Cabana. She makes her way to the box. The Ravens are going to go to the penalty kill for the second time of the game. We're tied at 1 with 13:23 remaining in the second period. Face off to the right side of Babcock, deep in the Ravens zone. Out to take the face off is Tran. We got Tran and the Amadei with, I think, that's Sear out there. Amadei and Nishi. Puck comes around the near side, back to the blue line. From the blue line, walking the blue, and now a shot wide, well over the net and wide. Now from down low, back out to the point. Avalanche with it. Avalanche with a fan on the shot. A pass. Now back to the point. Their pass back down low. Coming in from down low. Shot right on, saved by Babcock. Now from the corner, it comes back to the blue line. From the blue line, over to the far side. From the far side, over to the top of the circle and the near side. And now walking in with it, they're going to bring it to the top of the circle, trouble back, and now over to the top of the circle on the far side. Ravens doing a good job of keeping the penalty killing unit to the outside. Now they walk the way into a shooting position. Shot blocked by the Ravens, and now they get a stick on it, unable to clear though. It comes back to the blue line. Ravens watching, and now the play comes back in. Shot. Babcock blockers out to the corner. Nishi's going to eat it in the corner. We have 55 seconds remaining in the penalty. The Ravens holding on to it. Now Avalanche dig it back out. Avalanche go around to the far side, back to the point, and it's going to make its way out of the zone. Avalanche will have to touch up as the Ravens put some pressure on. Now the play goes over to the far side. In after it's Amadei. Amadei, she's going to turn and put it up ice. And Careful on the too many men there, but the Avalanche get away with it. They're going to get into a shooting position, and Babcock's going to make the save. She holds on to that one. We get a stoppage in play with 11 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the second period. Tied at 1 with 27 seconds remaining. The penalty to Cabana. Miguel takes a face off. Puck comes to the slot. Now point blank. Babcock makes that save as it goes out to the near side now. David clears it out, and it's going to go all the way down the ice. The Avalanche have to go collect it as Miguel gives chase. From behind the net, the player turns it back the other way, and now Kay puts some pressure on as the Avalanche bring it up into the Ravens zone. They cut to the middle now, and the Ravens push it to the outside. Penalties over, a turn and a shot, and it's at the in the blue, well, just out on top of the blue paint. Now the Ravens get it to the outside and away to the races they go. Ravens now coming up ice 2-on-2. They cut to the outside, work their way into a shooting position, miss the net on the near side. David steps in to get control of that. She puts it back in down low. Now the Ravens work it towards the front of the net, picked up by the Avalanche, and they're going to bring it up ice the other way. Macy with a good stick check there to slow that down, and now it gets put back in. Macy with it on her stick. Macy, a long lead pass for Basquet. Basquet with some room. Basquet walking her way in. Backhand. Saved by their goaltender. And a stoppage in play with 10 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second period as Basquet had a quality scoring chance met with a better save. Miguel to take the face-off. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Picked up there by Miguel. Now back in behind the net. Avalanche back up to the wall and now into the middle, and up ice they come. They're going to go around the outside. A shot towards the net. That hits Nishi's stick and now into the corner on the far side. Play gets reversed around, and Nishi's going to come in behind the net. Nishi with it on her stick gets some help from Miguel. Miguel passes it out, and now McDonald comes up ice with it. McDonald is going to carry it. She's got a little bit of room. She tries to put it through the defenders, and now she battles off the defender. Play continues as the puck goes in behind the Avalanche net. They reverse the play up the wall on the far side, now back out to the middle. The Ravens read that one, and now the Avalanche pick it up in the neutral zone. Ravens with a good stick check there. Now Miguel gets it deep. Avalanche try to clear. Ravens with it on the stick. They get lose a handle on that as it goes out the far side. Morin goes back to pick it up. Morin with it. She's going to go in behind her net. From behind the net, she passes it up the wall looking for Sears. Sears unable to handle that one cleanly. It's knocked down in front. Babcock able to get a glove on that as it bounced around in the blue paint. Now Cabana unable to handle it cleanly. Onto Sears' stick from behind the net. Up the wall looking for Hernandez. Hernandez back out to the middle. Picked up there by the Ravens. Ravens Sear out to the outside now. She's going to carry it deep into the Avalanche zone. Sear from behind the net. She tries to center it back to the blue line, and a shot. Tip just wide of the net. Play continues deep in the zone. Avalanche dig it out as there's a battle, and now the Ravens are going to go get a penalty. It's going to be Cabana making her way back to the box, and it's going to be a body check as the Ravens go to the penalty kill yet again. Morin, Sear. Tran, I think, are the two players out there for this penalty killing unit. It comes back to the blue line. Avalanche walking the blue, and now past the slot, shot. It goes over the net, bounces onto the back of the net. From the back of the net, gets cleared around into the point again on the far side. From the far side, they go right to the top of the slot. Now a shot towards the net, blocked by the Ravens, and they get it down ice. Tran gives chase. She's going to be the first one there. She's got lots of speed compared to the defender. Tran with it. She's going to hold it down low. Now she loses control of it as it comes around over the near side. Tran putting some pressure on back with the older sister now. Gets it on her stick. She's going to take control of it, looking for her younger sister. Now the two of them working together to get it back into the Avalanche zone. Tran gets it back in her feet. Now she has to battle off 2 hits. No call, it's fine. Play continues as the puck comes back to the blue line. Macy comes in. She's going to put it over to an open wing on the near side. Now the Avalanche put it back out. It's going to be on David's stick. David's going to put it back down the ice and onto the side of the net there. The Ravens look for a change. Puck comes back to the slot. Ravens get control of it. That's Kay with it on her stick. Now it gets pulled off her stick, but kept down low. Avalanche off the wall and down into the Raven zone. After it is David. David, she gets control of it. Now she finds some open ice and gets it back out to the neutral zone. 31 seconds remains in the penalty of the Richmond Ravens. Pass goes up the far side. Now walking their way in with it. The Avalanche come to the side of the net. Ravens unable to handle that. Now it comes back to the point as the Avalanche are set up. Avalanche unable to handle that pass cleanly as they come across the ice, and Miguel's going to step into it. Miguel puts it down behind her own net for David. David up to the corner. Now the Avalanche back to the blue line, but it gets past them, and Kay's going to give chase. The goaltender holds on to that as Kay goes for a change. Ravens pick that off, and now short-handed shot. Backhand. Saved by the goaltender. The Ravens with it. They're going to go back to the blue line. Held in by David. Now the play continues. David unable to handle that play cleanly. Now we have a penalty coming up, and it's going to be against the Ravens. David, she was working her way back in their own zone. They're calling a slash. Ravens go back on the penalty kill. Conversation happening with McDonald, asking about the call on the ref, and now she's satisfied with the explanation. We get ready to start here. Puck is dropped. Face-off goes back to the point. From the point, the Avalanche have it. They go over the circle on the top side, on the far side, and now it comes back, held just barely onside. Now the Avalanche have it. Ravens with a stick, and McDonald fights off a hook to get the puck down ice. Avalanche with it on their stick. They're going to headman it over on the near side. They're coming up ice now with the Ravens trying to get back. Now Amadei from behind the net. She is able to slow down the Avalanche. Now the Avalanche pass across to the near side. From the top of the circles, they shoot it well wide of the net. It goes over to the far side and into the corner. Now from the corner, pass back into the near side. From the top of the circles, they tip by one of the Ravens players, just about puts it on net. Goes wide. And now a shot. Tip just wide. Avalanche with it. Back to the point. Walking in. Back to the high slot. Now point. Top of the circles as they skate around with it. Avalanche going to go cross ice from the far side. Shot saved by Babcock. It comes out the near side. The Ravens able to clear the rebound out to the outside. Now from behind the net. It goes to the short side and the far side. Now saved by Babcock. She's able to get enough on that to get it behind her own net. And now a short side shot saved by Babcock. It's on the side of the net, and they're going to stop the play. With 27 seconds remaining in the penalty to the Richmond Ravens and 4:59 remaining in the period, Ravens finding themselves in penalty trouble here, unable to take advantage of 5 players on the ice at any given time. Miguel to take the face off. Puck is dropped. She wins that cleanly. It goes in behind the nets here. Rims it around. Avalanche pick it up on the wall. Basquette puts the pressure on there, and now Ravens able to need it for a second. Now coming out to the short side. They beat Babcock. Walking in on the penalty kill to go ahead 2-1 with 4:45 remaining in the second period. Miguel out to take the face off won by the Avalanche. Avalanche carry it to the outside, and now Tran goes to battle with the Avalanche. Avalanche carry it out. Now they're going to cut to the middle. A good stick there by the Ravens basket, but it gets back into the Ravens zone. From behind the net, the Ravens, David picks it up. She doubles back and puts it up the wall to the near side. That gets just past the intended player. I think that was basket. Now it goes across, and now Tran is going to have it. Tran Miguel. She tries to pass it forward, but that gets into the feet of the Avalanche. Now the Avalanche get it. The Ravens get it into the Avalanche zone looking for a change. Now the Avalanche get it back out in the neutral zone. David with it on her stick. David with the backhand forward. That's red and picked up there by the Avalanche. We should have icing on that play. As the puck freezes and the clock stops. 3:55 remains in the second period. Face off to the left side of the Avalanche goalie, deep in the Avalanche end. Hernandez out to take the face off. Puck is dropped, one cleanly back to the blue line, walking the blue line with his Macy. Macy with a couple of moves, works her way into a shooting position, blocked there by one of the Avalanche. Now the Ravens down low, battling for it. Sear trying to take it off the wall. Cabana has it. Cabana backhands it into the high slot, now picked up by the Avalanche, and they're going to carry it up ice. They try to chip it around David. David reads that play. She gets a stick on it, and now the Avalanche get it deep in the Ravens zone. From behind the net now, the players come together. Sear has it on her stick. Sear, she tries to go off the glass, and now comes back, and now a pass forward, and it's just in front of Cabana. Cabana can't handle that as the defender picks it up, and now walking in with it is the Avalanche from the outside. They work their way into a shooting position, and now a shot point blank, saved by Babcock. And the play goes back the other way. Sear watching the player. She's going to chase the play out from behind the net as the Avalanche try to eat it in the corner. Puck comes on to Sear's stick. And now back in behind the net. The Avalanche lose control of it, but now they get it back. Comes back out. The Ravens try to center it. That comes back off the wall and down the ice. That's going to come all the way down to the Ravens zone, and there's some pressure on them. That's going to be icing on the play. With 2 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the second period, Ravens down by 1. Face-off is going to be the left side of the goaltender, deep in the Avalanche zone. Trying to take the face-off for the Ravens. Puck is dropped, face-off won by the Avalanche. They're going to take it to the corner, but the Ravens now get control of it. It goes in behind the net. Tran after it. Tran comes out with it. She tries to center it. It gets into the slot. Ravens unable to get a clean shot off. Now they do, but it goes wide of the net. From behind the net now, it's going to come back to the blue. Oh, no. Back. They're going to keep it low. Tran with it again. Tran on her stick. She's going to come back to the blue line for Nishi. Nishi. She shoots it deep. From the behind the net. Kay trying to battle for it. Kay takes control of it. Dave comes from the short side. She tries to shoot it on net. It comes out. Now on Nishi's stick. Nishi goes across D to D, and now a shot towards the net. From behind the net. Puck continues to come out the near side. Nishi steps up on that one. Nishi gets the puck deep, and now we have a net come off. At a stoppage in play with 1:49 remaining in the second period. Ravens down by 1. Miguel out to take the face off for the Ravens. Puck is dropped, face off won by the Avalanche. They're going to try and carry it or fire it around. They get it just past basket. Play continues, and now we have a penalty called. It's going to be interference, and it's going to be against the Avalanche. The Ravens get their first power play of the game. With 1:41 remaining in the second period. Macy and David stay on for the power play unit with McDonald, Miguel, and Basquet. Miguel takes the face-off. Puck face-off one back to Macy finds McDonald. McDonald with a couple of moves, works her way into a shooting position. Shot right on, saved by the goaltender, and now it gets cleared down the ice. Macy back after it. She's got a player on her. She's going to carry it in behind her own net. Now she stops up. Macy up the wall to the near side. Now Basquet across for Miguel. It goes high in the air. Miguel unable to handle it. Now we have the play coming back the other way. Babcock stops and keeps the play alive. She leaves it for Macy. Macy with a player on her. A couple of moves there. And now she's going to carry the ice up for Basquet. Basquet passes, hits a foot, and now it's on the stick of the Ravens. Ravens having a hard time breaking the zone as the Avalanche get control of it and put it out the wall on the near side. David back after it. David behind the net. Now she's going to come for Basquet on the near side. Basquet gets it down ice, and that's going to be icing with 38.8 seconds remaining on the period and 57 seconds remaining in the power play for the Richmond Ravens. Again, Hernandez. Sear with Cabana and I think Morin are out there for the Ravens. That's Morin with the puck on her stick. She's going to carry it up. Morin's going to headman it up ice as she goes with some speed. And she just kicks it forward as she overskates it. Now it's picked up again by the Avalanche. The Ravens just try to put it back forward, but it ends up in the feet of the Avalanche. They're going to go D to D in their own zone and now clear it down ice. It's stopped by Morin. Morin goes across to her defensive partner, Sear. Sear up ice looking for Cabana. Cabana can't handle that cleanly, and now it's cleared back down ice. That's going to do it for the second period as the time winds down. 5 seconds remains. Cabana with it on her stick. She's going to pass it to the middle, and now that's going to be the end of it. Coming out of the second period, the Ravens shots on goal 11. Avalanche 20. Welcome back. As you said, to start the third period, Babcock in net. We have McDonald taking the face off with Miguel on the right side. It's here on the left. Puck won by the Ravens. It goes back to the defender. Amadei with it on her stick. She's going to find him. McDonald with lots of room on the near side. McDonald working her way in with a couple of moves. Now works her way into the front of the net. Now her shot saved by the goaltender who covers it up. Puck is drawn, face off won by the Avalanche. They're going to fire it down ice. Ravens got a stick on that one, and now Amadei is going to fire it back deep. Play continues as the penalty expires, and now we're 5-on-5 yet again. Avalanche bring it out, and now they're going to bring it down the near side with a little bit of room. Good back check there by the Ravens, and now they're calling a slash on Cabana as she goes towards the box. So what looked to be a quality stick check is called as a slash, and even the coach pleading his case doesn't win that one as the Ravens go back to the penalty kill. With 13:22 remaining in the game, puck cleared down ice by the Ravens. Amadei after it. Sear after it. Sear able to get a stick on that. Now the Avalanche come up ice. Macy reads that. She's going to chip it into an open wing and slow down the play. Avalanche from behind their net. Now a stop up. They're going to cut to the middle. Ravens slow them down a little bit more. Now they put it back into their own zone. Basket goes in after it. Avalanche cutting back behind their own net. They go D to D from behind the line. And now Sear steps in and slows things down. Sear, the great forecheck there. She can't get a stick on it though. Now the play continues. It bounces around in the center ice, and the Ravens get it to go back the other way. Ravens on a change. Ravens unable to clear it. Now they get it on the stick of Tran. Tran with a little bit of room. She's going to fire it deep. Puck was in behind the net. Onto the stick of the Ravens forward. And now back after it. Cabana's going to pick it up. Sorry. That's Tran. She puts it back down low. Play continues as Tran battles for it. The two sisters out there right now trying to put pressure on this penalty killing unit. 30 seconds remains in the penalty to the Richmond Ravens. Trans push them to the outside. Now as they double back, they meet the two red jerseys again. Ravens take over now. Tran with it. She goes through a couple of white jerseys and puts it back down into the Avalanche zone. Ravens are going to be called for a penalty now as Tran is going to get called for a body check. With 10 seconds remaining in the penalty to Cabana, Tran makes her way to the box. Ravens 5-on-3 for 10 seconds. Sear, Miguel, and Amadei are the Ravens on the ice. Puck is dropped, face off, won by the Ravens. Sear's going to hold it down low. Ravens put it back into the feet. Now coming out of it is Sear. Sear off the wall. Now she's going to come up ice with it. Sear with some speed. She carries it in. Sear from the outside centers it. 5-on-4 here. The Ravens just about had a 3-on-1. Play comes down the near side. Picked up there by the Avalanche. Avalanche carry it to the outside, and now another penalty coming up. Ravens are going to get called for a hit. Fucking losers. Ravens now 5-on-3 again. Miguel to take the face off for the Richmond Ravens as a ref calls a bump as a hit, and the Ravens now down 2 players for at least 2 minutes. Play car carries into the Ravens zone. Avalanche with a shot blocked by the Ravens. Avalanche laying on the ice in front of the Ravens net. Play continues though. Avalanche with it. Avalanche carried in. Now a shot from the point saved by Babcock, who holds on to that one. Miguel to take the face off for the Ravens. She wins that one. It's picked up, shot short. Right on net there. Babcock makes that save, and we get a stoppage in play with 10 minutes and 13 seconds. Hernandez to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Avalanche. They go back to the blue line with it. From the blue line, it comes over to the near side. From the near side, back to the point. Cycles over to the near side, now back to the point. Shot through traffic, hits the body, now from the top of the circles. Ravens hold him to the outside. Avalanche to the point now, walking into the top of the circles, a shot. Saved by Babcock, and now there's going to be a penalty coming up, and it's going to be against the Avalanche, a hit to the head on the battle in front. So we're going to be 4-on-3 with the face-off deep in the Ravens zone. Hernandez to take the face-off. Puck is dropped. Face-off won by the Avalanche, but Hernandez strips her of the puck. Hernandez with the puck on her stick. She stops up and looks to kill some time. She's going to come back to the blue line. Macy with a shot. Just wide of the net. Got blocked over by the goaltender. And now the play goes down into the Raven zone. We're 4-on-4. And a shot goes well over the net as it comes over to the near side. Avalanche put it back in down low. David in after it. It comes back to the top of the circles. Now the deep pass, and there's a shot towards the net. It goes out the far side as it misses the net. Now a pass. The Ravens are going to clear it down ice. No ice on the play as it was shot on goal. Now the Ravens are going to get a brief power play with 3 seconds. Now shot from the slot, saved by the goaltender. As we get a stoppage in play, the Ravens had a quality chance there. Minute 3 remains in the power play for the Richmond Ravens as they kill off a few more penalties. Puck is dropped, face off one. Richmond shoots it, but they gets a stick in front. Play comes around to the near side, from the near side. Ravens have it on the stick. Ravens battling off a check. Now they back to the point. From the point, Morin has it. Morin, her shot gets blocked. And now it comes back the other way. Sear back to pick it up. Sear off the wall. Knocked down by Miguel. Miguel cross ice looking for David. Oh, sorry, Basket. It gets past her. And the play stopped for icing as the puck makes its way down into the Ravens zone. Ravens with 34 seconds remaining in the power play and 8:23 remaining in the game. Face off, won by the Ravens. They carry it up the ice. Miguel with it on her stick. Miguel, she's going to cut to the outside. Miguel holds on to it now. She stops up. Miguel from behind the net. Now she gets some help. She's going to put it. She strikes off the hit and puts it back to the blue line. Sear walking the blue. Finds Miguel. Miguel, she's going to shoot it. Puck comes to the near side. McDonald overskates it as it goes through her feet. Now Sear gets control of it. Sear works her way back up ice. Sear working her way into a shooting position. She got it through the feet, but not on the net. It goes out the far side and now on the stick of Amadei. Amadei off the glass and deep. Knocked down by the Avalanche. Now back for Sear. Sear takes a bit of a hit, but the play continues. Now from behind the net, Amadei has it. Amadei gets it forward for the Ravens. Now back for Sear. Sear out to the outside. Now gets put back in. Sorry, that's Amadei. Gets put back in. Now walking into the point, or from the side, they put the puck across the zone. It goes over to the far side. Battle ensues, and now Macy has it on her stick. Macy working her way up ice. She loses the puck in the feet of Tran, and now the puck comes back in. It's Macy back with it on her feet, on her stick. Macy cuts to the outside. Macy working her way up the ice. She's going to cut to the middle now. Macy fights off a check. And she hits the post on her shot. Penalty coming up. It's going to be a hook. It's going to be against the Avalanche. The Ravens go to the power play. 6:44 remaining in the game. 2 minutes goes on the clock as the Ravens line up deep in the Avalanche zone on the right side of the Avalanche. Puck comes back to Macy on the blue line. Macy puts it down low. Cabana back to Macy. Macy, she's going to put it for David. David with a shot. It's tipped just wide of the net. It bounces up in the air, and now on the stick of one of the Avalanche to get it off the wall and down the ice, and now there's a race for it. David after it. Puck comes free behind the blue line, behind the net. Now the Ravens have it. Their pass over to the near side for Sears. She's going to go across ice for Cabana. Cabana picks that up cleanly. And now her and Hernandez work their way in. Drop back to Hernandez. Hernandez back to the blue line. Shot from the blue line. Shot right on. And rebound. Saved by the goaltender. It's still there and now gets covered. The play continues. It's underneath the bodies. Now the Ravens have it. Back to the blue line. Another shot from the blue line hits one of the defenders, and now the Ravens have it. They're going to go back to the blue line again. From the blue line, they put it back to the top of the circle. Cabana loses a handle on it, back to the blue line again. She's going to skate in with it. Now walking her way in, she shoots it right on, saved by the goaltender. And now it's going to come back up the wall on the near side. Macy with it. Macy across ice looking for Cabana. Cabana with a couple of moves, gets into a shooting position. Her shot right on, saved by the goalie. Now back to Macy on the near side. Macy sets up David. David walks in with a shot through traffic and misses the net. Now off the back wall, the Ravens down low. They're going to bring it back to the blue line. Macy with it. Her shot doesn't get through. It hits a body in front. Hernandez down low. Hernandez back to Macy. Macy again. She's going to chip it in down into the corner as the penalty killers are dog-tired. Ravens putting good pressure on here. Now back to Macy, far side for Cabana. Cabana can't handle that one cleanly. Cabana stops up as she goes back to the blue line again. This time it comes back to Macy. Macy looking to chip it in. Now we're 5-on-5. Play continues from behind the net. It tries to center it. It's swiped back in behind the net. Now short side. Cabana with a shot. That hits a body. Again, short side. Shot right on. Saved by the goaltender. And that's going to get a whistle. As the Ravens put lots of pressure on in that last minute and a half or 2 minutes. 4:26 remains in the game. Bucks face off one. It goes to the wall. From the wall, chipped into the high slot. Glove down by the Avalanche, and now they're going to pass it forward. Play continues as puck goes down into the Ravens zone. The Ravens get it forward and now picked up by McDonald. McDonald can't handle it cleanly as it comes up the wall. Miguel gives chase as the player comes in behind her net. Ravens able to interrupt the play as Basquet takes the player to the wall. And now from behind the net, it comes up the wall on the near side. And now I'll back out to the middle as the Avalanche carry it up ice. Avalanche working their way in, and now a shot. Babcock makes a save and holds on to that with 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the third period. Ravens down 2-1. Puck draw, face off one by the Ravens. They're going to pick it up behind their own net and now carry it around. They fight off a couple of checks. Another play comes up the wall, but then gets stopped there. Now it gets out to the neutral zone. Defender for the Avalanche with it on her stick. She's going to pass it forward, and now they chip it to the outside and give chase. Ravens keep the play to the outside. Avalanche with it. Their pass out to the high slot, from high slot, through traffic, block. And now Tran with it on her stick. Tran cuts to the outside. Tran tries to drive the net. She gets pushed in behind the net. Play continues. Now from behind the net. Puck goes back out to the middle. Avalanche go to the far side. It gets chipped in, and now Amadei has it on her stick. She button hooks back and now reverses the play. Amadei with passes out to the wall. That hops on the intended target, and now it goes back in as the Avalanche get control of it. Avalanche from the short side now. They're just looking to control the play with 2:38. They lose a handle on that, and they have to catch up. Now the Avalanche dump it back deep. In after it is Sear. Sear passes forward. Ravens get it into the high slot. Okay, unable to handle it cleanly. It goes over to the far side for Nishi. Nishi and Amadei. Amadei stays in her position as Nishi goes to battle behind the net. Precious seconds tick off as the Ravens try to dig that out. Now comes to the side of the net. Ravens clear it back into the corner. Kay with it on her stick. She chips it forward. Play is sealed off on the wall, and now the player walks her way back in. Now it comes out the point. Shot wide of the net. Ravens pass it forward to get it out to the neutral zone as they're a bit on their heels here now. Ravens with it. Now they're going to clear it down ice for icing. Or it was on net, so there's no ice as the Ravens get a full-scale change. Avalanche with a pass forward, and now they come through the neutral zone 2-on-2. Avalanche now, they cut it, chip it around. Babcock plays it into the corner, and the play continues as the Ravens have control of it. Off the wall they go, and now it's picked up by McDonald. McDonald working her way up ice, 2-on-2. McDonald gets a puck chipped off her stick. She reverses the play back to the top of the circle, and now McDonald on the side of the net. McDonald walks her way out, but she doesn't get able to get a shot off. Play continues as the puck bounces around in there. Play continues. It goes back out to the blue line, and now back in. Offside called against the Richmond Ravens. The puck play stopped for 50.3 seconds. Puck is dropped, face off won by the Ravens. They bring it over to the near side. Tran walking in with it. Tran with a little bit of room. She's not going to get a shot off though. She gets stick checked, and now she's taken to the wall on the far side. Now the Avalanche coming up ice with it. Avalanche 2-on-2. Avalanche cut to the outside. Ravens get a stick on that one. And now from behind the net, David's going to pick it up. David puts it off the wall on the far side, and it hits the glass, and now the Avalanche hold it in. Avalanche looking for, Macy picks it up. Macy fires it out. It comes into the stands. We're going to have a face-off with 22.4 seconds remaining in the third period. Ravens down 1. Avalanche with it. They turn and fire it. Babcock makes a save and holds on to that with 17.7 seconds. Miguel to take the face-off. Face-off won by the Avalanche. They're going to put it back into the corner. Now from the corner back to the point. Ravens read that one and get a stick on that and keep it in down low. 10 seconds remaining, and that's going to do it for the game as the Ravens are going to chip it down ice. And that'll do it. As the Ravens lose with a score of 2-1. Shots on goal at 23-24 in favor of the visiting Avalanche.